Hello pilots and welcome back to another episode of Flying with Overkill F-16C Viper for DCS World, and today we are going to be taking a look at using the M61 Vulcan Canon against air-to-ground targets. Or excuse me, not air-to-ground targets. Yeah, air-to-ground targets. Hello, ground targets. Those things. You know, those things on the ground that we shoot at? Anyway, moving on. Now, in the previous episode, we were talking about rockets, and we were talking about the ability to use the targeting pod's laser to get very precise ranging. Now, I did not demonstrate that, but we're going to today, so that way you guys can see it in action, as the principle is the same with both weapons. So, first thing we're going to want to make sure we do is have our laser arm set. Master arm is set. Also, obviously, if you started from the ground, you want to make sure that your targeting pod is on the right hard point, so that's the 5 right cheek station, and that the hard point is turned on. Let's go ahead and do some decluttering here, get some things off the HUD. There we go. Now let's go ahead and go into air-to-ground mode. And you can see here with this L right here that the laser is armed but not firing. When it's flashing, it is actually firing. Now by default, the stage 1 of the gun trigger is the firing cue for the laser, which I have set up as well for my Thrustmaster Warthog. So if you guys don't have your laser mapped, make sure that you guys do so. Don't ask me why I can't talk today, I just can't. I am also getting over a cold still, guys. It's been part of my radio silence, so if you guys are hearing some of that, I apologize. Alright, so we're in air-to-ground mode. We don't need the TGP on screen, but we can actually have it if you guys prefer. You know, there it is. Remember, it does follow the CCIP Pipper, in which case is the gun cross once we get it set up. So we're going to go to air-to-ground mode here. We're going to tap the air-to-ground button. You can see we get gun in the strafe mode. If strafe is ever not selected, you can just tap this OSB, or you can use the nose wheel steering button on your HOTAS. That will also toggle it. All right, and then what we're interested here is this 12,000 foot range. Okay, this is the slant range for the firing cue up on the Pipper. So if we come up to the Pipper, you can sort of see the cue right there. It's that little dot right there. Okay, and what's going to happen is our range cue here is going to unwind, and it's going to keep spinning around until we reach that 12,000 foot range, and then it's going to create an inner circle that will also start shrinking. Okay, once we see that inner circle come up, we are actually in range and ready to fire the gun. Okay, and you guys will see what that looks like in a second. But first, we're going to change that range. Let's move that down to about 7,000 feet is really the optimal maximum range for the gun to be at its best. And you can see that that little range cue has now moved down to here. So again, same thing. This is going to keep spinning around, and once we reach 7,000 foot, you'll see this inner ring appear and start shrinking. At that point, we'll fire the laser. Well, actually, we'll be firing the laser beforehand, but you'll hear the call out. And then put our Pipper on target and squeeze the gun. And you can see we are in strafe mode as well down here. Alright, so not a whole lot to it, not much to jabber on about other than listening to me stutter over my words today for whatever reason. So let's go ahead and come out of active pause. Let's find our target area here. There it is. And we're going to zoom in nice and close here. And I'm going to go ahead and lock the camera here. Oop. Just like that. Now, the other thing to be aware of is as we descend and get closer to range, the range Pipper is going to start to move up. So you're going to probably have to pitch up or down on your stick to keep your Pipper on target once we get close. Okay? So there we go. Let's go ahead and turn on target here. And you can see that range cue spinning around. And we're just going to line up here roughly. Got another cycle to go through, and you can see, so there, that now it's the Pipper coming up as we get closer in range. And there's the 7,000. Squeeze, and we're out of there. Got a couple on that pass. And you can really set it to whatever you want. You can get pretty crazy with it. So if I unlock our camera, we can try the range. Let's do a little experiment here, and let's set it up to, let's get crazy. Let's do 25,000. All right. Now it's obviously going to be far less accurate at this point, and you can see our range indicators up here. Let's go ahead and spin it around, do it again. And obviously the steeper the dive, the better the accuracy in any situation. So let's get a little bit closer. Now let's pitch down. Let me get that camera locked up again. And you can see we've already got it. Okay, we're already there. So let's go ahead and unpause here. And at this point, it's telling us that we've already exceeded the range. See if we actually got anything there. Yeah, still sprayed them. And when the range Q starts to shrink like that, it means you're approaching the safe limitations, right? You're getting too low to the point where it's no longer safe to employ the weapon. But that's really all there is to the air-to-ground mode. And one thing I didn't really talk about is, again, is the laser. So if we just pick somebody's poor building here. Depressing trigger first stage, you can see the laser firing. And that tree should go crazy here. Yep, we got it. We heard it. So the only difference between the targeting pod and not using the targeting pod is just the accuracy of the range. But with the gun, I mean, you're certainly in close enough where it's not near as much of a threat as it would be with some of the other munitions. You know, I mean, you're not like we can fire the gun from miles and miles away and hope to nail it. You know, we need to be on point. Again, steeper the angle, better the accuracy. As far as getting your rounds on point, less chances they have to deviate or spread. So, and you can do high altitude or even a low altitude strafe. So let's set that back. Let's get this back over to, let's say, 6,000. There we go. Reset that cue. And let's do for a lower altitude run on these vehicles. This will be a good approach for that. Just going to get the nose down a little bit. And again, as you get closer to your range, that pipper is going to rise. And there it is. And I missed. Went right down the side of all of them. Jeez, what a terrible pilot I am, right? All right, guys. Anyways, so don't take up any more of your time with this one. Pretty short and sweet. Not much to it. Get out there, practice. Hope you guys are enjoying these videos. And make sure to hit that like and subscribe button. And I'll see y'all in the next one. Take care.